We're going to stay over in the Marvel frame of things because this weekend, the big movie opening up is a Marvel picture. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness comes out at long last this weekend. And before I get into some of the box office projections and how this film is poised to do this weekend, I'm just curious. Here we are. It opens tonight. How are you feeling about Doctor Strange? What is your internal hype level? Is it a movie you want to see? You're on the edge of your seat to do? Is it something you're going to watch out of obligation because you watch all the Marvel movies? Do you kind of not really give a crap at all? But like where are you at on the spectrum when it comes to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the original Doctor Strange was very much like I kind of watched it out of obligation. I really wasn't that interested, other than the fact that I like Benedict Cumberbatch. My hype level for this is definitely much higher than that. It's definitely not like Spider-Man No Way Home hype, or even like how I was excited for like Avengers movie hype. But I think the multiverse angle and like the inclusion of Scarlet Witch and when we know where she's at after the events of WandaVision, and the fact that I know this seems to be tying into some of the what if stuff. Which I still haven't finished. Shame on me, but I've watched enough that I know
you got to watch characters. 4 at least. You got to watch the Doctor Strange episode. You must.
Yeah, so I'll have to watch that this weekend because we're going to be seeing it. We'll have seen it by the time we do next week's episode.
Yes, next week we're going to have a whole spoiler discussion on this movie.
Yes,
today we're just.
Yeah. So as I said, if I had to give it like a 1 out of 10, like the original Doctor Strange, I was probably like a 4. This one I'd say I'm probably at like a 7, Like I'm definitely interested. Yeah. I'm excited for the multiverse, and the fact that we have Sam Raimi, behind the helm is that actually kind of adds a little bit to the hype for me.
So, yeah, I got you. Yeah, for me, it's funny. You're taking the words right out of my mouth. When it comes to the first Doctor Strange, that was totally a by obligation viewing. It was, I got to see what happens, where this Doctor Strange character fits into the grand scheme of things. We're heading towards Infinity War, and I'm sure I'm going to need to know. So I guess I'll see this Doctor Strange movie. Yeah. This time around, I'm definitely more interested, more organically interested, but it's interesting and totally coincidental why I'm more interested. Because had I not gotten COVID last month, and been forced to stay home and just watch a bunch of TV that I had been putting off for a while. If not for that, I wouldn't have binge watched Marvel's What If. And Marvel's What If is what really suddenly made me go, oh, I got to see this next Doctor Strange movie. Because not only is there the Doctor Strange episode, there's another one that seems to factor into this movie that's called What If Ultron Had Won. Have you seen that one at least?
No, so I've seen Captain Carter, and I've seen. You know what? I think I saw like half of the Doctor Strange episode with Evil Doctor Strange, or I feel like I might have like nodded out in that one. So I saw that, and I saw what other one did I see? I saw like the first like 2. Maybe I saw the first 4, but I feel like the 4th one is the Doctor Strange one. It was a little iffy for me. I think I might have fell asleep.
Yeah, I think the 5th or 6th one is What If Ultron Had Won? And it basically poses the question of like, what if Ultron's plot had succeeded in Age of Ultron, where he does transfer his consciousness to Vision's body? And he does defeat the Avengers. He becomes that impenetrable, unstoppable force. And essentially, I mean, I don't want to spoil that episode for you, but
you've ruined it.
What? No, it's just the premise.
I'm joking.
But watching the trailer.
Yes, I did remember
the trailer.
A scene.
You see Doctor Strange being escorted by an army of Ultron-looking robots.
Right.
And that is also right out of Marvel's What If. So that's why I feel like you need to watch it. But also, like, it makes me feel weird that I needed to see What If to give such a damn about Doctor Strange 2. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder, like, to the lay people out there, are they excited for this movie just because, oh, wow, I really want to see the next Doctor Strange movie? Or, like, I'm intrigued by that because honestly,
or do you just want to see what crazy shit comes out of the multiverse?
Yeah, I don't know I don't know what's drawing people, but I guess the point of the matter is it is drawing people because
Right.
Brett, the box office projections are in. We don't know where it's going to line up. Projections sometimes are spot on, sometimes they're laughably off, but we're going to go with what Variety is saying because Variety is a trusted industry trade. Leslie, I was looking at Variety for some comparison reasons. Sorry. When it comes to recent comparisons, Variety points out that The Batman opened up to $128 million. All right, I'm just bringing that up because that's the only superhero fair that's come out so far in 2022.
Right.
What do you think, Brett, it is projected Doctor Strange 2 is projected to do? With Doctor Strange with the Batman opening at 128, where do you think Doctor Strange 2 is supposed to open?
Purely because it is like, you know, an MCU movie and it's
Yeah.
connected and it seems to have like a lot of repercussions moving forward. I'm gonna say we're looking at like 180 to 200 million.
Wow. Okay, so you're looking at you're actually looking beyond the projections. But the funny thing is, the projections are supposedly rather conservative. So the
Oh,
bean counters right now are saying 150 million plus.
okay.
But there is this feeling that that's just the floor. That's just the bare minimum it's going to make, and it is going to make past that. And it's just crazy to think, by the way, that a Doctor Strange movie can make more than a Batman movie, first of all. But
Right.
also, like, who would have thought, like, with the apathy that I don't think we're alone in the apathy we showed the first movie of seeing it just by obligation.
I didn't even see it in theaters.
You
To
didn't
be,
see it in
I saw it.
theaters.
I saw it
Wow.
after it came out, like a while later, and then I was able to like watch it like on digital streaming. So
Wow.
that's like how I was like, you know,
Yeah. Well, this the interest in this character has shot up a great deal ever since, obviously, in Infinity War and in Endgame. Doctor Strange had a lot going for him there, and I feel like
and in No
people,
Way Home.
and in No Way Home, that's right.
And it's like
I'm
it's
trying to
funny. I liked him in all of his appearances that were not his own movie.
that we're
Like
not his.
each one, but like I said, like each one he showed up in, like Infinity War and Endgame and No Way Home.
Yeah,
I think I have started to like him more each time. Like I think he's a cool character. I like his whole gimmick.
yeah,
I like his powers. I think he's pretty neat. And like I said, I really like Benedict Cumberbatch. I think he
yeah,
brings a little something to the role. But it's just that first movie just like didn't really do anything for me. So
yeah. And meanwhile, look, and that one opened at 85 mil. And now the sequel's opening to 150 mil, supposedly, at
that's an
least.
improvement.
So I would say that is a marked improvement.
Yeah.
And listen, we're going to see how well it fares. I've heard a little preliminary buzz on it. You know, no spoilers. I've largely avoided those, but I have heard some people say that it's a big MacGuffin hunt, that you're chasing different these items, and the story itself is kind of bare thin, and that really, aside from some of the cool multiverse gaga and razzle dazzle, your favorite phrase,
Yeah.
that it's a little bit of a hollow experience. I hope that I'm wrong. And I hear that the style is great. I hear Sam Raimi's great visually, and the bringing the horror elements. I hear stylistically it's a treat, but I hear the story is a little threadbare there. So I guess we'll see how we feel when we go see it on IMAX on Monday, and we'll
We'll
share our
find out.
thoughts on
IMAX, very excited.
149. Yeah, very nice.